welcome. We're back for Timberborn 1.0, and we're starting on a special custom map, a difficult map on hard mode with the Ironteeth this time. This is going to be Iron Hollow. This map is called Secret Tunnel Canyon, and you can find it out on the workshop on the Steam. Download it yourself and try it yourself. But let's take a quick look around the map. It's got this nice canyon flow that goes all the way around the canyon, loops around. There's some bad water. There are some artifacts, relics. There's actually some free stuff around the map as well. Now, there is not a lot of land, so we're definitely going to have to work to see what we can do about finding land. And as for the secret tunnel, I'm not 100% sure if it's this here, which is not very secret, or there is the secret over here with a little bit of water through here. I'm not sure if that's the secret tunnel either, but either way, it's going to be a very challenging map. So before we really get started, my goals here are 1, today to get the water in so that we can get started on that. And 2, hopefully make it over to maybe here so that we can pull in a little bit more resources, get our food established, and be ready to go. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to bump those beaver working hours up, and we're going to come out here. We're going to start with the easier food. There we go. We're going to need some lumber. Let's put this up to 4 so we have plenty of people to build stuff. We'll get in, let's do 4 just so we can get these down as quickly as possible. We'll get all of this and we'll get all of this. There we go. And then our first big thing we need to build is probably water. So if I flip this, do I want... kind of want it a little farther down. Maybe... no. I think I would like a road eventually to come down here, because we're going to cross here eventually. So I think a good place to put it, maybe right here. Let's do that. We'll get you in there. And then, of course, we're going to need food, because every beaver likes to eat. There we go. We'll get this set up. We'll start with just kohlrabies for now, as many kohlrabies as we can get in this area. And as they pull those down, let's say this is super important. Let's get somebody in there. Because it's hard mode, we're definitely going to need some storage. So I'm going to toss a couple storages in right there. There we go. Now that we've got that, we can actually come around, see if we can get around this way. We'll have to get those out of there eventually. In fact, you know, instead of marking everything to cut, I want to make sure that they get this stuff out of here first. So there's 4 of them. I believe most of them can reach that. Now that they've got that, they'll build that in there. We do need a little bit of storage probably here and there. Oh, not the industrial storage. Let's do for the berries and the kohlrabies that we're going to need. We're going to need something to get new beavers, so we'll toss that in right there. And then we're going to need science, a whole lot of science. So what if I put those maybe here? We did 2 of those. We've got a little bit extra road here. I kind of want to put those on the other side. So let's smash those in there just as tightly as we can. That way we save a little bit of room. We've got our farm. Let's make sure we've got people in there. And we will... oh, look at that. We've already got the first one in. We'll say that these are a bit less important, so that we can get down through there. Oh, look at that. We've already got down to here. Now, I hate to remove these trees because we definitely need the lumber, but we kind of got to. So we're going to take those out because for the science, the first thing that we'll invest in is going to be our forester, so we don't run out of trees. Now, if we can get across here, we can get a little bit of wood here. Plus, that gives us access to these other locations, which what we really need is space. There's not a whole lot of space here. We don't have... You know what? Let's pause you for a second. You can go get wood from other things. Nothing to do in range. Oh, okay. Well, they've already taken care of most of that. So let's go ahead and tell them to just get whatever they want. We'll go ahead and we'll start with the power wheel here. Put you in there. And then I got to turn that back on. There we go. These guys aren't doing anything. He's not doing anything. Nope, good selected. Oh, we've already got our water in here. And this can be for berries. Hopefully we get those quickly. There we go. I'll get... You know what? We can't put that up there yet, can we? Nope. Hopefully we can grab all those logs. We might have to build a small industrial pile here. Let's just do that for now. There we go. We'll set that for logs, any that we might have extra. There we go. We've got our first scientist in. We've got food going. In fact, we could have more food. Let's make that a little bit more important for now. And our first science will start out here, but we're going to need a lumber mill to actually use it. So we'll put this in. There we go. And you know what? We might just scoot these off the edge. It's probably just so that... There we go. They grabbed them. Now that we've properly scooted them off the edge, we've got science going. We have a bunch of these guys. You know what? Let's put you down to 2 so we can get more beavers in here. How many days does that got left? Not a ton. We might just go around. I don't want to plant birch at the moment. Go around there. There we go. How are our plants doing? Oh, they're already halfway done. Good, good. We've got water coming in. Berries are done. We can probably pause that. We've got everything we need there. In fact, we've got even 2 extras, which hopefully will go into the industrial lumber mill so we can make some planks there. We've got the science we need, though. Let's do science. Or not science. It's wood. Lumberjack flag. Nope, there's our forester. That should be able to cover most of this area. There we go. And as always, I'm going to do the beginner tree farm here. So 3 rows of birch on this one. Probably about 3 rows of pine. And then the rest can be oak. That should help out quite a bit. As these others grow, we'll replace them with whatever they're supposed to be. There we go. Now we're getting those in. We've got 2 inventors helping us out because we're going to need stairs really quickly to get over here and get to this lumber. Those are going to cost us 70, though. Building unstaffed. Oh, that's fine. We can live with 1 unstaffed there. What do we have left on here? You know what? We're going to need at least a couple of beavers in there. So we're down to 1 log guy. But we've got 51 logs. Our first drought is approaching, so it's going to be a bit rough. But I think we'll make it through. Let's see. Once we get that science that we need, we should be all right. Oh, they're already taken down a good amount of the trees here. Let's do that. We got to get somebody in here in the forester. There we go. We're going to have kohlrabies. Did I accidentally assign? I accidentally did. Let's do kohlrabies. They can move those next door. There we go. We've got a little bit of that going on. There's no berries, though, so we got to keep moving our guys around, keep them ready to go. We've got 54 logs, which should be plenty. We'll see if we can get 1 down to here. Oh. They got to get 2 more. There it is. 2 more science points. Yep. Let's get that and that. We'll grab those. That'll give us access to all of this lumber over here. So there's less worry about lumber now. We'll do this. Let's get ourselves up here so that we can pull in a little bit of extra food if we need to. There we go. And then we will come down here, all the way down to here, and we're going to toss in dams. I don't know if we're going to get those in time, but we're going to try. So let's do those. Is there any place that we don't really need? How's our food doing? It's doing okay. Let's temporarily pause one of the scientists. You know what? They're kind of waiting. So we'll go ahead. We'll pause 2 of these. In fact, we might just pause 3 of these since we have a decent amount of lumber. That should give us... We don't have an extra beaver yet. We've got water. I kind of want to keep the water going. You know what? I thought I paused one of these. So let's pause you. And we'll actually pause the forester to get that 4th one in. That way, hopefully they can build this and we can keep a little bit of water here. Let's cut trees. There's no beaver in there, so they're not complaining quite about having nothing to do yet. There you go. Oh, look, there's a relic over here. Nice 200 science if we can get up to it. Plus, we've got a path that we can go over here and actually get up to this land here. Grants us a little bit more access. There we go. That looks good. All right, let's turn this one back on. And we'll pause you guys. Send those out to other people. Got to keep these beavers moving around. There we go. Pause those, because that's all the kohlrabi that was there. There's none for you to go find. You can come over here. Take care of that. They can unload the logs there. There we go. We're making it along. Do we have the extra... We don't have quite the science that we need. And all of this is flowing back down this way, which is fine. We can handle most of that. Let's get somebody in here because we have a beaver free to do that. Let's go ahead. We'll get people in here. We'll get people in here. And there we go. We've got a solid start going here. There's no berries left to pick, though, so we can probably pause that. No power for these guys, which, okay, that's fine. We can live with that. We may need an extra water pump, so I'm just going to go ahead and set one up here as a just-in-case kind of thing. And I would also like to, since we've got the stairs now, we'll go ahead and go down this way. Do we have anything else that we could be picking up? Let's do this. And now we can just replant. There we go. Replant. They've got a couple of things they can cut down. We've got water. Started off with a 3-day drought. That's not terrible. We can live through a 3-day drought. Let's go ahead and get up here in case we need these berries. And then we'll do wood here. You know what? We'll put it about there and say everything in this area can be cut down. We're not going to need it quite yet. And then up here, we'll put the extra gatherer to pull those in there. There we go. We've got 100 science, so I want to pick up the platform early. What I want to do is we're going to get a backup of our deep water pump here. Let's put you in there because this is slightly deep enough that even if we lose all this top layer of water, this should still have water. So at least that way, we're good to go on those. What else do we need? Well, we could probably use some housing. I bet these beavers are a bit tired. Where do I could set it up here. Yeah, let's go ahead and just put that housing there. We should be good. Over here, let's extend this out just a little bit. We'll come across. We'll put in a platform. There we go. And then we need stairs up. Oops. Stairs upwards, not stairs to nowhere. There we go. There's that. Here's an aquifer, but I don't think we're going to be able to get to that at the moment. How's my planks? I'm already out of planks. So, since we have a decent amount of lumber, what I'm going to invest in is a power wheel here. There we go. And we'll grab a secondary lumber mill. Also, let's look into food and get a little bit more food being able to be processed. Bring that up there. A new well-being high score of 3. Okay, well, 3 is better than nothing. Let's get a farm over here so we can grow stuff for this, because we're going to be making the cassavas here. This probably really only needs 1 worker. Let's go there. That one probably only needs 1, and that's good. Let's get our small storages in over here for that. Do storage. You can be for... Oops, that's not the right one. That's not the right one at all. Small warehouses. There we go. You can be for the fermented ones. You can go out, but we don't have a hauler, so that really won't work. And then you can be for the regular ones to come in. There we go. They've got a decent amount of building to do. How's the food going? Not bad. You're pretty much farmed out for the moment. We've got... Are these ready to pick? Not quite. We might just pause that for a second. Get a couple more beavers here and there. The drought's already over. Good, good. We've made it through this pretty well so far. Let's go ahead. We're going to plant a decent amount of cassavas. I do want a road to come down this way. Although, do we really need a road here? You know, I'm going to put one in anyway. Even if we don't need it, it'll be fine. Do you reach there? You sure do. Wonderful. We have extra going in here. We've got the guy cutting that down. You know what? Let's remove this section for cutting for just a minute so that he goes over here and takes care of all these trees. In fact, take care of this tree first, please. There we go. We have got plenty. Oh, let's get you in there. Let's see. You need to plant a couple more trees here for us. This is the birch area. There we go. Once those are done, should be okay. There you go. Nothing to plant. Yes, sorry, I kind of left off on that. Let's get you some cassavas planted over here. At least in this general area. Oh, you know what I was going to do? Let's connect this in so they have a little bit easier time getting over to here. There we go. And once that's in and this is in, we can take this out in case we get a bad tide earlier than we would have liked to got it. We've got those going. Everybody seems happy. They're building well. Do we have... Let's put people in here. We'll turn these all off for now since we don't have any of those. We don't need that. We've got this and this. I kind of feel like I want some more water storage. And we've got the logs to do it. So let's go ahead and we'll grab that. And we'll just plunk a couple more water storages down there for us. Anything else? You are not really gathering anything. How's the food doing? It's doing okay. It's not great, but it's okay. It's passable. This is full. So you know what? We're going to pause that for just a day, and then we'll get it caught back up after that. Logs are filling up. Do we have... No, we do need more planks, though. Also, I could probably use a hauler just to get stuff moved around. So we'll do that, but we'll set it to just 1 worker. Low priority. Whenever they get to it, they get to it. Not a big deal, but that'll help get things moved around in the colony itself. They're going through those kohlrabies pretty quick. Maybe I will plant just a couple more of them here and there, wherever they can. There we go. This is all good. 2 cycles in, and we've got a fairly functional colony. We'll have to see as other tides come in. I'm a little concerned how this is going to go when bad water comes in. We have got up here one source for the water coming around this way and in, and then we've got another source, which is basically here, that comes out this way, it comes over this way, all the way through. It even goes through the secret tunnel here. So we're going to have to figure that one out eventually as well. Let's see, where do we need this to be? I think what we'll want to do is isolate those and hopefully get something made that prevents that. We've got a decent amount of science. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way up to this one and see if maybe we can make some floodgates up here. Let's go this way, maybe. We'll go this way. And this. And this. There we go. There we go. That looks good. Now the question is, if I work backwards, can I get up to this top level here? I think I should be. Get that, and get that, and that. We'll do one of those. Here we go. That's all in. Let's grab our floodgate. It's 150. I've got 150. And we'll do 1, 2, and then do I want extra water flowing this way? It doesn't seem to matter too much at the moment. So do I want to do a levee here? I feel like I should. There we go. Let's do a levee there. That used most of my science, but I've got a lot of my basics, which is what I'm kind of looking for. We can get a lot of that in. Hopefully, between the 2 lumber mills, we can actually maybe get some of that other stuff done. Tell you what, I'm going to pause those guys. See if... Nope, they did not go over there. That's not what I was expecting. That's okay. We have basically the max number. Let's go just 2 here and see if they can get there. Now the other one, the trickier one, will be down at this end. I think what I'm going to have to do is possibly come over here. Let's demolish that one, demolish this one, and we'll take the path. Oh, I'm going to need to get rid of that one too. Okay, that's fine. Take the path up and around. This way, this way. Over to this way. Well, I could just walk down the river here. I think that's what I'll do. We'll get into the river here. Luckily, since beavers can swim, we're good there. And I come up here. You know what? I'm not going to come up there. I'm going to come up right here so that we can get our stairs in. We'll hop out of the water. And then the real trick starts as we've got to get up there somehow. Let's see if we do. What's the double platform costs more than I have currently. So let's do that. Have to do that. Let's get stairs for here and here. It is the drought. Let's take a good look and see. More than likely, that's going to stop in a second. So let's pause you. And we'll put 1 person in there, 1 person in here. Almost feel like I should start looking into more beavers. That guy's not doing anything, so let's take care of that. How's our berries? Let's gather up berries again. There we go. We still don't have people there. We've got enough water, I think we'll be okay. What is this, a 7-day? a little long, but we ought to be able to make it through. They're almost up here, so we might not have to worry about bad water on the fourth cycle coming from this way. But that long haul that they've got going on here worries me a bit. We'll see if we can work our way up and over. Maybe, just maybe, we can save ourselves from all the bad water. Actually, there is, like, those can connect in. That can go this way. And then the question becomes, what do I do with this? What I could do is, instead of letting it pour down here and go that way, I could just block it off so it only goes this way, and then I have less things to worry about blocking off. Let's give that a try. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, we'll think of something. Let's put that there, so it should all spill out this way. However, I have to get up there, of course, so it's going to take a decent amount of lumber. I don't need that one. Let's do that. We'll get you in there. You and you. This all goes over there. And now, here's the big question. Where does this stuff go? Now this, of course, goes this way, which means we'll want to keep the good water going that way. But if I take this out, I could replace it with some more floodgates, and then we just put the bad water out this way, which kind of seems like where I want to go with it. So we're going to platform the heck out of this. More platforms. Platforms. Do we need enough platforms? It looks like we're going to need a lot of planks is what we're going to need. So we'll take a look at our plank production. Let's go this way. We'll demolish all three of those. And then over here, we'll go ahead and get in floodgates. Let's do that and a levee in the, let's do the two floodgates together, just simply because you can control them both at once that way. So we'll do that, and then we'll do the same thing here. We won't demolish that. We'll just put the floodgates by it. So they've got a lot to build and connect in here, and it's definitely going to take them a minute. Oh, look at that. Let's do that. Let's do that. They're ready to go there. Everything is good here. I'm going to put another forester down here. There we go. We've got trees to chop. We have got more trees that need planted. This guy is done, so he can be paused. There's nothing for him to cut, so he can be paused. We've got food here. We could do food here. How are these going? That's good. Let's ferment some of those cassavas. It's going to take away a little bit of our power from there, but we ought to be okay. We've got one guy pulling in cassavas. That should be good enough. How's our water storage? Our water is looking great. Our food is looking great. So I'm less worried about that. We'll go ahead. We'll open that one up, but we'll say it's a very low priority. You know what? Same thing with these. We'll open them up, but I doubt we're going to ever actually... That one can stay as normal. This one, you know what? If I get one hauler, I would much rather have them in here. There we go. You're not doing anything. We're going to keep playing musical chairs for these beavers. That's one. That went out. Let's see. I don't think we need that many berries, so that can be paused. Water is actually full, so let's go ahead and pause that. We got people back in here? We do, but we can't pull in any more of that at the moment, so we'll move them out of there. Our scientists are good. We've got 280 science already. We are doing well on science. How is... We do 4. I'd like to get a little bit more beaver power in there. This, you know what? We don't quite need the logs, so let's pause that for just a moment. These guys are doing okay. We've got just a couple of storages going in over here. A little bit of an industrial area. It's looking pretty good. This guy, you know what? You don't have anything to do, so go find something to do. Plenty of other stuff you could be doing. You don't need to be in there. How are our builders? Are they still getting along up here? No, they're done up here. All right, so we're sort of protected up here from our first bad tide. So now they've got to start running all the way, well, across the map to get this stuff done. And we might set up a storage here or there. Let's do this for logs. We'll do obtain. And then we'll do down here, we'll do 2 of them. We'll do 1 for planks to obtain and 1 for logs to obtain. There we go. Hopefully they can get all of that in there so that logs can be brought over and they don't have to walk quite as far. And that will hopefully let them build a little bit quicker over here. We're making it through the drought without too much issue. A little bit of food, lower than it was. Water is down a bit, but I literally turned off every water pump. So we can go ahead, put somebody back in there. That's fine. We've got that. We've got the one guy moving stuff around. Any kohlrabies to harvest? I sure don't see any. So we'll pause that for now. There we go. That's good to go. There's no more cassavas. Let's unpause that. Get some cassavas back. And now we just watch our beavers build upriver so that they can get up here and hopefully lock this off before the next cycle. Everything else looks to be going pretty well. They've got... Oh, is there nobody in there? Let's pause this. Much as I need planks, I'm going to switch them to that as soon as we can. We have cassavas here. Good. We'll get a little bit of that extra food. Increase the well-being a bit. Kohlrabies are still having a bit of an issue. But there's none that need harvest, so we'll just leave it off. Logs are solid. This needs to go back on. Let's get 2 people in there. This one needs harvest, and then they're pretty much done. There we go. Have anybody to make the fermented ones? Not quite yet. Kohlrabies need harvest. There we go. People in there. We're getting stuff built. Alright, well, we'll pause both of those for a minute. There. Do we really need that? Not particularly. I think we're good there. How far have they made it over here? They are quite the builders. Let's do that. That way our one hauler can take care of all of that. We're out of cassavas already. They really like those, so that's okay. We'll make sure that they get everything taken care of. Down here, I've got 425 science. Let's see, is there a different farm that we could make? I believe... No, they don't do aquatic farmhouses. That's right. I have just remembered this. Let's take out this. I remember what they do. I've been playing folktales for so long, I have forgotten what they use for water. They plant mangroves. So we'll get, oops, a little bit of extra in here. There we go. Just in case. This is all connected in, so I'm going to take all of this out. In fact, we can probably... Do I want to reclaim some of this lumber? I feel like we could, and that would save us a little bit of time. Let's go ahead. We'll put in a bridge right here. But we'll also put in a stairway here that lets them get back down here if they need to. There we go. This can go across just in case. They've already got a couple of mangroves in. How far is most of this? So you know what? I will just go ahead and say plant as many mangroves as you can. Up here, we're going to plant some, let's see, we want some coffee bushes. No, but we're definitely going to get some more blueberries. We'll make sure all these are filled with blueberries. Coffee we're not going to need quite yet, but it should be okay. If we ever need it, we'll plant more coffee down over here. What do we have? We have another drought coming in. Our water is full. Our berries are full. We need at least a couple people taking care of these. How's our planks? Planks, not great. I liked that, but let's pause a couple more guys here. Just so we can get some other stuff taken care of. Where are they at over here? Oh, they're up to the higher level. They just have to get up and around, it looks like. And then hopefully they can get all of that taken care of. I mean, if nothing else, I can try and ladder up to that. 3,000 science would be a really great start. There we go. This all looks great. We'll take a second and see how far they can make it before the end of this next drought. This is a 10-day drought on the third drought, so that's rough. It's telling me this is probably going to be a pretty rough time, but they have made it all the way up here and gotten a lot of this closed off. Now, of course, they need to finish all of these before it completely diverts water. There's a lot more to go down here. We do have a couple of haulers, so hopefully they can bring some extra supplies over here so they don't have to walk back so far. Planks, you know what? Let's take a look. One, we need to restart up the farms because both of them basically lost all their crops last time. Let's pause a couple of the things that we don't need, such as this extra log hauler there. And let's just go maybe with 3. This can go out of there. We don't need the workers in here. We don't need workers in here. There we go. Keep playing shuffle. We'll eventually get caught up. Let's put another person in here to get those moved over. I did toss in another breeding pod, so eventually our population will actually start to increase. And since I did, I should probably just go ahead and toss down maybe another barracks. Or whenever they're done. Are they not? No, those trees aren't set to cut. So we'll get those cut. Everything, there's nobody there. That's fine. We're just trying to keep track of all the beavers and nope, they can't be sitting there. You guys can't be sitting there. There's plenty of things to do still. Now that we've got all of those in, let's go ahead. We'll turn on one science hut. Actually, no, let's not turn on one science hut. Let's put that back. So, oh, you know what? These are all the way up. Let's put those down. That way we get water from there as well. Everything, oh, a little flooded, but that's okay. I have one extra beaver. Where should I focus that beaver at? How are we doing kohlrabi-wise? They're about halfway done. You know what? I might toss them on the berries here because we've got a little bit of flooding here and there. Not sure what the flooding is to. Also, we're going to have to figure out how to take care of this cave. Then again, if it's coming down here like it should be, it might not. I might just have to put a barrier here, and hopefully that'll save me from actually having to worry too much about it. Let's turn off the water and take a look here. So if the water comes down here, it will definitely go that way. Let's maybe put one here. I should be able to grab some of you. And we'll do that. It's a whole lot of logs, but I'm hoping... Oh, this is not good. Let's go up to 22 hours. Full-time work, everything onto preventing this first bad tide. There's one. It's targeting a little farther away. We are definitely going to need some extra planks, though. So where can I pull people from so that we have extra planks? We don't need the logs. Let's pull somebody from there. Where else could we go? I want to leave one hauler to pull things over there. Those are both off. These are off. That's off. We're full on those, so let's go ahead and do that. So that gives me 2 extra, which hopefully means I can put them in here and get extra planks to make it through. But you kind of got to figure that was going to happen. That hard mode gets you quite often with those. So we've got 4 builders, and we've got 2 people bringing stuff over. I really, really should. If we can get to that, I don't think we'll be able to build all of this. You know what? Let's go to 24 hours. Just everybody get to building for the next couple of days. We'll see what can be built. We do have planks in here, though, so the next time we need planks, that should go pretty quick. Up here is drying out, which is good. That means our water diversion is good to go. However, I don't know if we're going to get this project done. It's going to come right down to the wire on that one. We're pretty much completely into building now. We're living off of our supplies, which is probably not a good idea as a bad tide comes in. We've got a decent amount of planks currently, so I'm going to turn those off. In fact, we're going to turn that off as well. I don't know if we'll have enough total, but we'll do what we can. Let's get a couple of haulers. We've got as much as we can there. I think we're okay. Let's put a couple in there for pulling those out just as soon as they come up. Hopefully they come up before the bad water gets down here. What have we got on that diversion? We might have to live through one bad water tide, and luckily it's going to be the shortest bad water tide, but we shouldn't get the bad water from up here. We just have to make sure that we've got everything ready to go. You know what? Let's make sure these are prioritized so they've always got something in them. There we go. We have 1 extra beaver. Let's have him haul stuff over there. We've got water. We've got some food. How are you guys doing? So everything is going off that way. Fortunately, it looks like there's still a little spillage, but you know what? It's going to be bad water, so not too worried about it. In fact, what I'm going to do is we're going to stop on that project. He's going to get a little bit of bad water on him. He just completely ignored me. That's fine. And then we're going to come all the way down here, cut off this path. That's fine. We've got those. Let's start you up. We'll start you up. And we want as much food as we can possibly get, just to make sure that we're in a decent spot, because this is probably all going to go out. Oh, I forgot. Dang it. Okay. Well, little bad water already soaked through here, which hopefully it stays in this area or it gets pushed back by all the good water until the next good water flow comes in. Ugh, we're going to lose some berries up here, I think. It's a 7-day bad tide from the get-go. So we're going to not do 24 hours. We're going to go all the way down to 16. And hopefully the beavers manage to make it through this. We've got some cassavas. We need a beaver. There we go. Beavers all over the place. This one is already done. Okay. Let's turn on the berries. We'll grab what we can while we can. Where? No, stop going down here. Do not go down here anymore for anything. We kind of made a mess out of the whole plan, but that's okay. We'll make it through the 7 days and recover. But if you want to see if we can make it through this, you'll have to tune in next time. I know, I'm sorry. I hate it when that happens too. But just want to say thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you next time. Bye!